been speaking to Geraldine Wilson, Micro Merchants Managing Director at WorldPay, and you've been telling me a little bit about the upcoming launch of the pay-as-you-go card acceptance service, which is now being piloted with a number of merchants in the UK. Can you take us through the beginnings of this project a bit?
Sure. We decided in WorldPay to actually set up a completely separate business to look at and develop a proposition specifically for this category of very, very small businesses. So your self-employed people, typically, up to 5 people. And so we launched a proposition last summer. We wanted to go take a piloted approach. So we had phase 1 of the pilot that started in June and went through to December. So the proposition is basically you apply for a customer account with us, a merchant account we call it. We send you a keypad. The keypad is the card machine where you enter the credit card in, the customer enters the credit card. And then you download an application on your smartphone. And then you go through a setup procedure to pair your keypad with your smartphone, and then you're good to go. And from the business's point of view, so when the customer wants to pay for something, the merchant opens up their app on the phone or the iPad, types in the amount, $9.99. I'd hand the keypad to you and say, it'll say $9.99 confirm, and then you'd enter your credit card and your PIN number. When you're finished, I see that it's all authorized as a merchant, and I can send you the receipt by SMS or email or print it. So, yeah, a very simple service. So we did that pilot from June through December, took on just under 1,000 businesses, did a lot of research to understand how they were, what they thought of the service. And then we went into our second phase in January, where we're opening up to several more thousand before we go commercial launch in the summer.
So it's a keypad, so it's a little different from what some people know of, like the Square or the iZettle dongle type of thing.
Yeah, what's really important is that here in the UK, the market is chip and pin. So if a customer comes along with a chip and pin card, then you have to do a chip and pin transaction. And there are no plug-in devices that are chip and pin compliant. So all of the chip and pin compliant devices are Bluetooth standalone devices. They have a card, a chip entry, a card device at the end, and a mag stripe at the top. Yeah, and they work Bluetooth with the app on your phone.
So, what are some of the issues that have come up during the pilot phase?
Yeah, so really interesting stuff. First of all, the businesses love it. They find it makes them look more professional to their customers. It allows them to do things like taking deposits, which they found difficult to do. So whether you're a catering company or a photographer, it allows them to, save some time from chasing money, which can be quite distressing if they're chasing up people for payments. So great feedback to that. We also found, they wanted, when we started off, it was very much face-to-face transactions. So the customer's in front of you, they put your card in your keypad. But they wanted to be able to take credit card payments over the phone as well. So we introduced a virtual terminal where you go online and actually you can take credit card payments over the phone. So that was good. The first device we went out with was also the keypad only worked with Android and RIM. And at the end of January, we introduced a keypad that works on the iPhone and iPad, the iOS platform. And eventually, the one we launch with will work across all 4 platforms. So, we've introduced that, and about 75% of our applications now are actually for iPhone and iPad, so that was good. The other thing we found was that the setup procedure, first of all, when they applied early in the trial, they had to apply online, print off their forms, send in about 4 or 5 bits of paper, proof of identity, direct debit mandate and everything. And we just lost people in that process. It's just too hard, people are too busy. And so we had always got plans anyway, but we've done it now to actually re-engineer that whole system. So, we've done away with all those bits of paper. We're just down to now the direct debit, but in March that goes, which means the business will be able to apply completely online, which means that, it's going to be easier for the business and we'll lose less people in that process. We also, and obviously our goal is to get, instant approval actually, but we'll be completely online by the end of March. The other thing we found was that with the first model of keypad that we went out with, there were something like over 20 steps to actually pair your keypad with your phone. And again, we just lost people because these are busy people. They're running their own businesses. They didn't have a lot of time. And so they'd kind of think, oh, I'll do it later, and they'd put it in the drawer. And we found that we have a trained up technical support team just to support our section. We have, as I said, a completely separate business within a business. When we rang people up and took them through the process, they were fine, they got started. But if it's too difficult, they're busy people, they won't do it. So we've already, with the iPhone version, taken those steps down to about 8 or 9 steps. But actually our plan is to take that down even further, so it's very, very simple process to get started. So it needs to be easy, is the answer.
We're anticipating sometime in the summer launch in the UK for this service.
Yeah, I think what's really important to us is that we get the service right. With WorldPay, this is our core business. It's a new segment for us, but we want to get it right. I mean, it's working well today, and there are thousands of people on it, but there's a lot of new stuff we want to build into it. And we want to make sure we get that pricing right and all that, so that we can build a long-term sustainable business. And so we think the summer is the right time to launch. And so watch this space.
Lovely. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.